And 8052, shooting just occurred. Approximately 10 shots heard and an unknown person shouting code 3 incident 1920 RD809 semi for additional.
8052, incident 1921, all units 8020 responding closely from Santa Monica and Stoner to.
Doctor, you can show us back in.
8052, Roger. Other unit with the message repeat.
81 shows back in from the station.
All units 81 back in from the station to.
Sparta units at 8028, 8028 additional, your shooting just occurred. The PR believes the shots came from across the street of the upper gate. The PR does not have visual. No further. It's additional 1921. Westville unit, shooting just occurred. This vehicle is a white Tesla, seen northbound on Coldwater. 10 gunshots fired from the vehicle at the gate. Code 3, incident 1932, RD809.
So on March 8th, Ivana Lizette Ortiz was arrested Sunday after she allegedly fired several rounds from her car toward the couple's Beverly Hills home. Police responded to the shooting around 1:15 p.m. and upon arrival, located and took the woman into custody without incident, the department confirmed. A weapon was also allegedly recovered, though no injuries were reported. Ortiz has been booked for attempted murder. The LAPD Robbery Homicide Division is investigating the incident. Her bail has been set at over $10 million. So, she was arrested for shooting at Rihanna and A$AP Rocky's home. And people been wondering why would she do such thing? We all know some fans are crazy and obsessive, but is she or was she?
Stand by. The PR is attempting to look at the camera footage for the license plate.
All units, addition on the shooting just occurred. Suspect vehicle is at scene, Coldwater Canyon. Addition on incident 1921.
Zebra 2, it's going to be a Tesla Model 3, white in color. Stand by for the plate.
Airtain will copy. We're in the area.
Everything's in the area.
82 confirm it was southbound Coldwater. 7834, Roger.
All units, addition on the shooting just occurred. Suspect vehicle is a white Tesla Model 3.
Ken, can you find out the make of that Tesla? I'm sorry, the model.
Everything's somebody. Maybe are you still on the line?
Number 2, passenger for the description. The passenger was firing a gun. Additional on incident 1932.
Can you go to the model of the car?
Philadelphia 60, Roger. Westville units responding to shooting just occurred. Suspect vehicle is a 2023 to 2024 Tesla 4-door with paper license plate, unknown model. Additional incident 1932. At 8:53, the suspect vehicle was last seen going southbound on Coldwater Canyon. Stand by. The peers attempting to check the camera footage for a license plate.
85, show us code 100. So, Sunset Coldwater.
85 to repeat across to Coldwater.
Sunset.
Sorry, that's 85 to code 100, Sunset Coldwater.
Beverly Hills notified. 81, was there a license plate number on the Tesla?
Maybe are you still on the line? 3 license plate. David Paul 38 Edward 1, David Paul 38 Edward 1, last seen northbound from 1200 block of Benedict Canyon.
AZ1, that's just a possible.
Search impossible. Temporary plate, David Paul 38 Edward 1, David Paul 38 Edward 1.
85-9. I just spoke to the primary and it's going to be a verified. That's the plate and the vehicle traveling on Benedict northbound.
Okay, friend Roger.
Those were the 911 dispatcher records. Stay tuned, because this woman's jealousy or hatred, whatever you want to call it, will be exposed in this video. Or maybe, as she claims, Rihanna is the devil? Listen to this.
And I heard shots. And I was a little shocked. You know, we don't hear that kind of thing in this neighborhood. It's pretty quiet. It was really loud, and everything echoes in this valley, so you can hear everything here. Even when someone has a party, you can hear the music. You know, a shot. It's not something you expect.
The LAPD took the alleged shooter into custody. The Robbery Homicide Division is investigating this case. Reporting live in Beverly Hills.
From NBC4 Investigates, Tracy.
Yeah, Jonathan and Kathy, people who live in this neighborhood say they were startled by the gunfire because it's typically a very quiet area. You can still see police here about 7 hours after that shooting, blocking off the street where it happened. News Chopper 4 was overhead. As you mentioned this afternoon, you can see a large police presence surrounding Rihanna's Beverly Crest mansion located on Heather Road near Coldwater. Happened around 1:20 this afternoon. NBC4 Investigates says a woman drove to the singer's home and then fired between 7 to 9 rounds from an AR-15 style rifle. 4 rounds struck Rihanna's home. Officers were also examining an Airstream trailer that was parked in the pop star's driveway. LAPD confirms Rihanna was home at the time of the shooting, but no injuries were reported. It's unclear if the singer's partner, A$AP Rocky, or their 3 children were home.
The unsettling post shared by the shooter before committing the acts. Fair warning, if you're a devoted Rihanna fan, you might want to prepare yourself.
There's an energy trying to literally throw a ray of, what is it? A ray of force at me to push me down. I don't want you, and you don't go there. And you know what? God's judgment is going to be overwhelming against you when he grabs you and throws you down. I've already seen it. You saw Rihanna. You saw her picture. She has a very big forehead and an ugly, ugly nose. That's God's judgment on her. I keep telling her to stop harassing me. To stop harassing me. And she keeps doing it. She keeps harassing me. And I already bought stock in Ulta. And I have staked in Ulta. So now those energies can't harass me when I go into Ulta anymore. When I go into Ulta, the devil tries to antagonize me or instigate against
You heard that, right? Rihanna has been harassing her? Well, let's hear more.
me by the pictures that are there. But you know what? I bought steak in there and I said, forget you. This is mine too. This is mine too. You're not going to be throwing bad energy at me when I'm coming to the store. So I went and I bought stock. And then when I went in there, I saw Rihanna. She looked so bad. That's the judgment of God. And I thank God for that. So just the way God did that judgment, the same energy, the same devil that is trying to be around me and make my area uncomfortable, God is going to catch.
And no, they're not fiery ants. Or maybe they are. They are fiery ants. They're from Satan, aren't they? So that's Satan. He just wants to kill something beautiful. Just like his Rihanna. They just want to kill something beautiful. But they can't.
On February 23rd, she posted, "At Rihanna, are you there? Because I was waiting for your AIDS5 head self to say something to me directly instead of sneaking like you talking to me where I'm not at." Not gonna lie, the more I go through this editing, the more I'm realizing it might be related to mental health. On deck 20th, she posted, "I just restricted that woman Kim. Am already through with Rihanna. Your turn. Stop begging for a look." Now we're going to show you why you shouldn't do things like this. And if you're struggling with mental health, please seek help. You are not alone.
Today I'm here to announce the charges that have been filed against Ivana Lisette Ortiz, a 35-year-old woman from Orlando, Florida, in connection with the case in which she has now been arraigned. And by the way, that arraignment date has now been continued to March 25th. The charges that have been filed against Ms. Ortiz include 1 count of attempted murder, 10 felony counts of assault with a semi-automatic firearm, and 3 felony counts of shooting at an inhabited dwelling or camper. Any charges that have been filed, as I've said very often, are just that. They are not the evidence that we are presenting in court. That evidence will be presented in court at the appropriate time, at which point we intend to convict Ms. Ortiz of all the charges which have been leveled at this point beyond a reasonable doubt to either a judge or a jury. But summarizing the allegations that exist so far, on March 8th at approximately 1:20 p.m., Ms. Ortiz is accused of driving up to the residence of Rihanna, at which point she fires from her semi-automatic weapon multiple times at the residence. In that residence, Rihanna was there with her partner, her 3 children, her mother, and 2 staff people, representing 8 of the 10 of the counts of dealing with an assault with a semi-automatic firearm. In addition, Ms. Ortiz is accused of firing at a neighboring residence that had 2 additional individuals. That is why there are 10 felony counts of assault with a semi-automatic firearm. And there are 3 felony counts of shooting at inhabited dwellings. There are actually 2 dwellings at Rihanna's residence. There's a Airstream camper in which 2 individuals were located, as well as a house on that property, and then there was the neighboring property. That is why there are 3 felony counts of shooting at an inhabited dwelling or camper. What happened after Ms. Ortiz shot at these various residences and people is that she then traveled through Beverly Hills, eventually ending up in Sherman Oaks. And then at that point, within hours, she was arrested. I very much want to appreciate and publicly thank both the Los Angeles Police Department and the Beverly Hills Police Department for their very quick, timely, and prompt actions leading to the arrest of Ms. Ortiz on these charges. Ms. Ortiz, if and when convicted of these charges, is facing up to life in state prison. Her bail has been set by the court at $1,875,000. And part of the reason I wanted to convey this message is as follows. I want everyone to understand in this county that you should absolutely feel safe in your residence and in your neighborhood and in your community. That safety is something we will work incredibly hard to protect. And when an individual comes into our community and decides to shoot it up, that individual will be arrested and held fully accountable for her actions. In this case, and in all cases in which it affects similar situations throughout our county. Again, the message is very simple and very clear. Come into this county from Florida, come into this county from anywhere in this county, and we will arrest you, we will prosecute you, and we will punish you if you want to engage in shooting at inhabited dwellings, at people, or in any similar circumstance. I'll now take some questions.
How did you get the gun?
That is under investigation.
What 2 people were inside the Airstream?
The 2 people that were inside the Airstream were Rihanna and her partner, Rakeem Mayers.
And there was a bullet that hit the Airstream.
The actual locations of each bullet is still under investigation.
The officers coming out this week, is there any added security for the Oscars?
I'm not added security for the Oscars itself. I'm not able to comment one way or the other. LA-based celebrities should not be any additionally worried because of this, in large part because of the response of the police. The incredibly timely, prompt response of the police on this sends that message to any person that is even thinking of using a gun in this community, that they face arrest, prosecution, and punishment for those type of actions.
Can you give the details of the protective order?
So the details of the protective order is a stay-away protective order dealing with Rihanna, Rakeem Mayers, the neighbors, the property, and any work addresses or any type of contact between this defendant, Ms. Ortiz, and these various individuals. I'm sorry, say one more time. So the motivation for Ms. Ortiz is under full investigation. Law enforcement will be looking at any videos on social media and any additional evidence that they can uncover to both understand her motivation and why she did these particular acts.
We got time for one or 2 more.
I'm sorry? The evidence that the law enforcement is in the process of gathering all evidence of motivation, any connections between the defendant and Rihanna, if any so exists, or why this particular defendant decided to open up and shoot her semi-automatic rifle on the afternoon of March 8th.
Any idea of why that second? Do you have any fears or concerns that she was planning another shooting somewhere else, that she had those 30 rounds of ammo?
There's no additional evidence that she's planning to shoot anyone else, but that is under investigation as well.
All right, folks. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much.
It's not surprising this happened, as we've seen many similar issues before. Jealous fans, obsessive fans, hate, and more. Doing something like this to a public figure who doesn't even know you exist is just straight up damaging to mental health. It's unfortunate for Rihanna and her family to have experienced such an act, but also unfortunate for her, as now she's going to be behind bars while dealing with such mental health struggles. She claimed that Rihanna did this and that to her, but honestly, do you really think out of all the public figures, Rihanna will be the one to even consider doing something so silly to someone? She wouldn't even have the time for it. Rihanna is one in a million when it comes to celebrities who avoid the spotlight, keep to themselves, and focus on simply enjoying life. It was also revealed that she had sent her husband an email prior to the incident. I need you to renounce Rihanna and confess that I'm better than her. Let it be done. You gotta let me know so that door can be closed. Ivy. And here they are leaving their home. Such a sad situation. What are your thoughts? Share them in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Stay safe.